Hi everyone, it's me Sanchari and welcome back to my channel Simply Sanchari. Hope you all are doing well. In today's video, I shall be sharing some of the makeup products that I thought will work for me, but my anticipation was absolutely wrong. It was kind of disappointment and I had never expected that it would perform in this way. Now there is also a disclaimer. Many of you would have some favorites from these makeup products, and because makeup is subjective, it can act differently on different persons. Because it did not work for me, that is why this video is for. So whoever likes such kind of video and you think can be helpful for you, then please make sure to like, share, subscribe to my channel. And now without any further delay, let's just jump straight into this video. Alright, so after that long introduction, I would love to tell you that the first product that absolutely did not do anything for me is this Makeup Revolution Hydrate and Hold Primer. Now first let me show you the consistency. It is a runny, you guys. It is just like water, and once I blend it out, you can see some amount of radiance, but once it has completely absorbed by my skin, I do not feel any kind of hydration or any kind of tackiness whatsoever. When I apply it on my dry skin, it does not do anything, and it says that it has a tacky base, but you cannot see any kind of tackiness. Can you see that the shine, the radiance has absolutely gone, and my skin has absolutely eaten up the product. So it did not do anything, and it does not hold my makeup even for 4 to 5 hours. So I think it's a waste product. Alright, coming on to the next product are these Inside Professionals liquid eyeshadows. Now the color story that they have selected are absolutely beautiful, but I think it does not give you that amount of pigmentation and saturation. Now this is something is a very pretty, multi-chrome liquid eyeshadow, and I have not seen a brand creating such liquid eyeshadows in India, I suppose. But when I got it, when I worked with it, it doesn't do, or it does not translate what it actually shows in the bottle. You can see the pigmentation, it is very minimal, and the saturation level is also not up to the mark. It gives patchiness. It is though lightweight, but once you try and blend it out, it leaves bald spots, and if you over blend it, then the product leaves a patchiness from that area, and then you will have to build it couple of times. These, you can see, it does not have that sparkling oomph to it, so that is why I did not like it, and I would say that please don't waste your money. Alright, so the next one is Inside Cosmetics Prime and Perfect Hydrating Primer. First, let me tell you guys that if you like silicone primer, good for you. But for my dry skin, I do not like silicone primer, but I like to concentrate on the areas where I have open pores. It helps a lot to blur it out, and I don't think it provides any kind of hydration. Let me just show you what I mean. So it looks something like this, and to my knowledge, this is a kind of very heavy primer, and it has a very silicone feel to it, and it feels very thick. Okay, when you try and blend it out, it feels a lot thicker than what actually you can have it in a tube. And also it has a strong, very strong fragrance, and it did not do anything to hold my makeup in place. Neither did it blur out my skin or it gave me a soft canvas. It has a little bit of that oily feel to it, which, if I wear some dewy foundation, then it slips and slides my foundation. It lifts my base, and for something matte foundation, leaves a patchy marks, which I am not a fan about. And I have made a complete in-depth review on this. If you guys are interested, please check the link in the description. Also, I will mention it here on the I button. So yes, this is something very disappointing from my end. I thought that this could be a hydrating lightweight which will nourish my dry skin, but it did not do anything to my skin. Alright, so the next product is this K-Beauty Contour Stick. I don't remember the shade, but I'll definitely mention it on the screen. So this is something I got because I love cream contour or cream bronzer, and I love to chisel my round face. This shade, when I try and blend it out, it just disappears in my skin. I don't know where it goes, but it does not give you any kind of shadow. When I blend it, it gets stiffer and it gets really difficult to blend even with sponge or with brush. Even I try to blend out those sharp edges with my finger, but I failed miserably. I tried many ways to make it work, but I don't know why it doesn't work for me. And if someone of you is watching this video, you might be a K-Beauty fan. Now it might work for you. You might love their powders, their blushes, many other things from their collection, but I did not like it whatsoever. And yes, that is the purpose of this video. It is just my personal thought that I'm sharing. I'm not trying to impose anything on anyone. Just because it did not work for me doesn't mean that it is not going to work for you. So it is as simple as that. But if the product is not working for me, I will not say that yes, it is a good product. Alright, so the next one are this NYX Professional Ultimate Glow Shots Brightening Liquid Eyeshadows. I have got two shades. So this is Twisted Tangerine and this is Golden Goji. According to me, liquid eyeshadows should be very glittery, shiny and sparkling. But this is something very opposite. You can see the swatches. It is not very shiny and it gives you a very subtle metallic finish to the eyes, and if you try and overblend it, it gets patchy. You can see that it does not give you one swipe opaque pigmentation. For my eyes, I would not like something like this because firstly it is hell expensive, $7.99 for each of these liquid eyeshadows, and it does not give you that what you expect is something very disappointing from my end, because when I saw the swatches, when I saw the review, I saw international influencers talking that oh, it's such glistening, it's such brightening, it is such shiny, and that what made me buy. But after I got it, guys, you can see for yourself what I am talking about. So yes, if you're interested to watch a complete in-depth video on these, you can check the link in the description. Also, I'll try to mention it here on the I button. Please go and check it out. Alright, so the next one is this Mars Trend Setting Powder. I have the shade Translucent. I got this powder after seeing a lot of people raving and talking all good things. But when I tried it personally, I thought that yes, this powder is something not going to work on my dry skin. It is very light, finely milled powder, which I totally agree, and does not give you any white cast whatsoever. It just disappears into your skin and gives you a very soft matte kind of finish, which I agree, everything I agree. But when I apply it under my eyes and when I try to set it or bake it, baking thing which is something which I rarely do, but I always set my under eyes with a loose powder. Once I apply it under my eyes, it just sucks the entire moisture and makes my under eyes very dry and very crusty. I even saw that my concealer's cracking and it made my under eyes look very bad and very dehydrated. And I really wanted to love this powder because firstly, it is very affordable and I love Mars products. I really wanted this powder to work for me, but because it did not, so I had to let it go and I never tried it after that. Alright, coming on to the next, we have this Mars Lip Mist. Now I have 4 shades with me, which I already reviewed on my channel, and many of you had many questions. But when you see the swatches online, you will end up getting confused and end up buying a tone similar to each other. That is why I have all the shades which belongs to brown skin. Now when you swatch this, it feels very glossy and juicy, but with the time the glossiness just settles down, it just disappears, and then you have a very light layer of color on your lips. And this product just made my lips very dry at the end of the day. My lips cracked, my lips peeled, and it was in very bad situation. And they say it is a transfer proof product, which I beg to differ. If you eat and drink anything oily, it is going to come up from the center of your lips, and then it leaves a stain behind, which is very subtle, which is very light. If you have pigmented lips, it is not going to cover it. It does not have an opaque pigmentation, though it looks very pigmented once you swipe it on your hand, but when you layer it on your lips, it is not going to cover any of your pigmentation. And because of your pigmented lips, which I have personally, it just does not bring out the actual color. And then the swatches is really confusing. That is why I ended up buying all brown tones. So investing your money in something which is not fruitful, I would say please don't get this, please. Then we have Inside Professional Air Blush. I got two shades with me. One is this Soft Mauve and the other one is Rosewood Flush. I only got two shades to review for you guys, which I already have a video on. If you guys are interested, please check the link over here. Now, this is a little higher version of their OG cream blushes, which retails for only 80, and if you compare the shades, they look quite similar. Even the formula felt more or less similar to me. Now from the swatches, you can see it looks very dewy, very glossy, but it settles down to a kind of, not too matte, but a little satin matte finish once you try and blend it out. And it is very pigmented, but I don't see the hype of getting this because it retails for somewhere above 300 or 349, and the OG cream blushes retail for only rupees 80. I really love the OG cream blushes packaging. It is very sleek. You can work with your finger, with your sponge, with your brush. You can carry it in your purse or even in your wallet and it is done. But these kind of bulky packaging, it is going to take too much of space in my vanity bag, and I did not like the packaging whatever it is. Firstly, it is retractable, and while you are not paying attention while closing your cap, it can create a mess. And the product is so creamy just because of the heat outside. It melts off and it creates more wastage, which I am not a fan of. And if you are someone who loves this blushes, good for you, because I did not see any difference whatsoever. Even the shades are similar, even the formulation is similar. There is equal amount of pigmentation, equal amount of opacity. So what is the difference? Only the packaging. For the packaging I'm paying 349 or whatever the price is. I just don't want the same old thing that you have earlier, and you are just baking it in a fancy paper and giving it. I don't want something like that. Please, please, Inside Professional, Inside Cosmetics, you are a sister brand for Inside Cosmetics, so if you watch my video, please. Next we have Cuffs and Lashes Cover Capsule Hydrating Long Wearing Foundation. I have got the shade Golden Tan with me. This is a little bit deeper than my skin tone, but because it is summer, I can totally make it work using some lighter concealer, and it just balances out on my skin tone. One of you have requested me to review this foundation, and it is already there on my channel. If you have not watched, please go and watch it. Now, because this is an influencer owned brand, so many of you might bash me for not loving this foundation, but guys, it is my personal opinion, and for something which I don't like, even be it high-end or affordable, if I don't like something, I will really give my honest opinion. I really love the finish, I really love the coverage it provides. A little goes a long way with this foundation, but the only problem is it does not last whatsoever in this hot humid summer climate. I did a wear test using this foundation. I was doing my kitchen duties and the sweat just melted off the foundation. Even the setting spray did not do much to this foundation. I have many other affordable brand and many high-end brand foundation that I absolutely love it to the core. Even if I don't set it much with a setting spray, it is still going to last on my face in this hot and humid summer climate. But this, even after spraying my face thrice with the setting spray, it did not do anything. It just left patches here and there. The product looks so bad at the end of the day, I can't tell you. They say it is a fragrance free product, but once you sniff it, there is a lot of fragrance included. So the brand should work on what they claim and what they write on the packaging. If I overlook the longevity part, it is a good foundation. If you want, you can wear it during winters. If you are someone looking out for a good affordable for your everyday or for your college, you can try out this foundation. But it is something that did not go with my dry and matured skin. It looked patchy in most of the areas, as I said, and it just emphasized my dry patches. So yes, for that reason I did not like this foundation. Alright, so the next one we have Inside Professional eyeshadow palette. This is something I got just to check how the formulation is, whether Inside Professional has changed with their formulation and the pigmentation or not. That is why I got this palette and reviewed it on my channel. This is a 9-pan palette which does not come with a mirror or anything. Talking about the mattes, these deeper tone mattes are really dry and chalky, and it is something not very easy to work with. If you overblend, it gets muddy, it just looks patchy, and also it lifts your base. Talking about this shimmers, it is something which is not my type of shimmer, because I love my shimmers to be very intense and very shiny. So if you're a beginner, does not like too much of a shimmer on your eyes, if you want something for your everyday, just a touch of subtleness, these kind of satin shade might work for you. But I do not like, because it does not bring out the eye look, you guys. So yes, I thought they might have changed the formulation, but no, they did not do anything. And really I wanted to play safe, so I went for these color story. But if you really want to try something from an affordable brand, try the Swiss Beauty or Mars Cosmetics. They have some good eyeshadow palettes with them. Next I have NY Bay Dewy Drops Liquid Foundation. I have the shade 06 Mocha, and this is a 30 ml glass bottle. It says it's a dewy drop foundation, so obviously I thought the foundation is dewy and it is a lightweight. When I received it, when I opened the cap, to my amazement, it does not have any spatula, it does not have any pump or dropper or whatsoever. They could have had a squeezy tube packaging, because the formulation inside this is way too thick than I actually anticipated. Now you just have to break your hand while taking off the product, but the easiest way is to dip your spatula or your back of a eyeshadow brush and get the product, which I think is not very hygienic, because the brush, wherever you store it, holds a lot of bacteria, and the bacteria will get transferred into the bottle and it can contaminate the product. Now talking about the texture, it is very thick. As I mentioned, the formulation did not go well with my dry skin type. When I was blending it, I saw that it left a lot of patchy marks. It did not work well with a brush or with a sponge. Tried it with a silicone based primer and it did not go well. Next time I tried a dewy primer and still it did not go well. I even saw brush marks on my face, and when I tried to go over with a sponge, it just picked some of my foundation. So that is why I don't settle for affordable foundation. Firstly, they don't have my shade. A lot of people like me who are deeper than my skin tone, they too don't have their shades. So after watching a lot of video, I settled for the shade 06 Mocha. Now this is a yellow tone foundation which I really love on my skin, but the formulation is really difficult to work with. I did not like that thick heavy feeling of that foundation on my skin. So whoever can relate to me, please give this video a thumbs up, or you can drop a thumbs up in the comment section. Alright, coming on to the last but not the least, I have this Mars God's Glow Primer. It says secret potion for your luminous skin. I was really curious to see what all things are included to make this glow potion, I would say, but I could not find any ingredient list anywhere. Now it has still not expired. The expiry date is August 2026, but I don't reach out to this. It is a kind of dry oil primer that has a lot of fine shimmer particles to it, which does not add any hydration or nourishment to my dry skin. It says that it adds amount of shine and hydration, but I totally disagree. I tried using it during winters because that is the time when my skin needs a lot of moisturization, and I try to use blend of oils with moisturizer to keep my skin nourished and hydrated. But because this is a dry oil, it immediately gets absorbed into your skin. So this primer, if you use it all by itself, it is not going to hold your makeup, or it is not going to keep your makeup long lasting. Neither it is going to give you a luminous skin. Now the shimmers are so fine that you cannot see with your eyes, but if you use this all by itself and go out, if the light hits, anyone can come to know that you have shimmer on your face. But if you use your products, like your base product, your other makeup on top of this, it gets covered and then you cannot detect the shimmer in any ways. Product inside got crystallized. I don't know why, how, I have no idea. If you're planning to get this thinking that it will give you a glass like skin, it does not do anything. Now I had tried this primer on the back of my hand while filming this video, and you can see the primer has actually absorbed by my skin, so it does not add any shine whatsoever. Alright you guys, so it's a wrap for today. Hope you found the content helpful and informative. If you did, please take a moment to like, share, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell button. You can also follow me on my social media handles, whose link I have mentioned it in the description box. Please come and say hi, and I will see you soon with my next one. Till then, bye bye, take care.